Stuck my head out the door and the fire department was coming up going, "Hey, you gotta get out of here."
In a way, it was like a family heirloom. It's sad to see it gone.
Tough night for a lot of people who have memories at this church that you're looking at that's now up in flames. This morning, Kansas City, Kansas is without a piece of history, and it's been a part of that community for more than a century. You can see in the video, the flames just overtook the whole building. It left a massive cleanup scene for firefighters. The church is 133 years old. This morning, you'll find nothing but debris where the St. John the Divine Catholic Church used to stand at 25th and Metropolitan Avenue. Thankfully, the church had been vacant for years and nobody was hurt, but it doesn't make the loss easier for community members. And we are following the story we first brought you yesterday at 6. We have been following this since yesterday. KCTV5's Savannah Rudisell is looking into the history of this church. Savannah, we know the church closed almost 20 years ago. Why is it still a cause of controversy?
Well, Joe, people in the Argentine neighborhood couldn't quite decide what exactly to do with this building once it had closed, but the fire might have made the decision for them. This morning, we still see some of the external walls standing up, and we know that the fire started around 5 o'clock burning through this building, and then it rekindled very shortly, right around 2 o'clock this morning. All around this area, there's still a lot of woods, a lot of trees next to this building, and the inside full of timber. So I actually saw a couple of the branches smoldering just a little bit early this morning. And out here, every time there's a stiff breeze, you can get a smell of the smoke coming out of that building. Again, there was a huge debate over what exactly to do with this church. It was 132 years old, and some people thought it was a big part of the history of the neighborhood. So much so that they had secured historical building status for it. But others say that it wasn't worth the thousands of dollars that it would have taken to repair the major structural damages that it was going through. But all the arguing, all the back and forth, put any plans for renovation at a standstill. Now, coming up in the next half hour, we're going to walk you through some of the major problems with the building that were there even before it burned. Reporting live in KCK, Savannah Rudisell, KCTV5 News.
Okay, Savannah, definitely a tough night for a lot of people. You think of all the things that have happened in that church. We heard somebody say first communions, weddings, so definitely a tough loss there. Now, it has a lot of history in terms of other aspects of this story as well. It was first built in 1887, and then it was sold to the Catholic Diocese in 1937. As Emily Rittman reported last night at 10, the church has been vacant since 1992. There was a huge debate over whether it should be torn down. That happened back in 2013.